together. We change the world.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Theo here. We have a really fun fight this time round, featuring Kefka and his mannequins. There's also a very neat and OP interaction between Iroha and Laguna that I will talk about later on in this video. Let's start with the most important part of the fight, the orb. For this fight, we need to have characters with a buff or an overhead effect that can reach level 5. So it can be the blue buff icon or the bigger overhead icon, either one works fine as long as it's the type that we can increase its level to 5. There are many characters that can achieve this. I'm using Gladio. There's also Ciaran with his overhead, Zack, Guy, Balthier, Ciaran, and so on. I've put a link in the description that will show you a list of usable characters for the orb. Since the orb is lethal and it ticks down by -2 per player action, we'll want to ramp this up as fast as we can. For this fight, I'm also using Leo's LD call. With this call we get this really cool new effect, an extra mini HP damage whenever we do a single target attack. Soon we'll be able to see this effect apply to lightning. The value of the extra HP damage is based on 10% of the character's maximum HP damage cap, or the max brave cap as the game calls it. Like, soon you'll see lightning will be getting an extra 16k of HP damage. It's a really useful call because it's a flat 10% boost to our damage. I highly recommend pulling for Leo's LD just for this call if you have the resources to spare. The extra damage applies even to splash HP damage, as long as the attack itself has only single target brave hits. Bringing HP cap up effect like Ramza, Garnet or Ciaran BT will also boost the additional damage that we get. Now for the Iroha and Laguna interaction. I discovered this tag from Destroth, who in turn discovered it from Fleet TH. I'll put the links to both of their videos in the description below. This is a really powerful effect that increases Laguna's Desperado trap damage immensely. To execute this tag, first we need to have Iroha's LD effect active. We can do this via call as well, which I currently have equipped on lightning. Once that's done, we want to activate Laguna's BT finisher. The Brave Retain effect from Iroha will allow Laguna to hold on to really high value of bravery, and this somehow affects the damage of the Desperado trap. In my run, the Desperado is doing about 370k damage per explosion. In Destroth's video, he's able to push this number up to 500k by stacking up even more HP damage up effects. Do check out his videos on this, he has done many research on the subject. Now for the weakness of the tech. Once we finish setting up Iroha and Laguna BT, Laguna can no longer get a turn. The moment he spends his bravery, the effect will disappear. Even if Laguna ever joins a launch, please just press the brave attack button instead of HP attack, so he retains whatever bravery value he's currently holding. The good thing is, we can easily play around this weakness by using a turn hogger. And that is exactly Lightning's role in this fight. With Lightning, I'm able to chain many consecutive turns by utilizing her EX, LD and AA, thereby denying Laguna his own turn in the process. Yeah, as you can see there, the explosion is doing 377k damage per tick, almost reaching Cisne's level of damage already. I genuinely think that this is a very practical and powerful tech, especially for fans of turn hoggers and turn manipulators. Oh, and also it's alright to let Iroha's LD effect fall off once the setup is over. Soon you'll see that the LD call effect on lightning will expire, but the Desperado explosion is still doing the same 370k damage. Do give this tag a try if you have Iroha's LD call. This works even with a Laguna friend unit. Meanwhile, if you enjoy my content, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. 70% of my viewers are not subscribed yet, and I know you're itching to press that red button. Some things in life you just do, right? So anyway, back to the fight a little. This fight has tons of mechanics. The manikins, for example, will only spam HP attacks, and at 80%, 50% and 30% HP thresholds, Kefka will command his manikins to use Trine Plus on a single target. Upon triggering this, the manikin will die and get instantly revived back to full health. So you can consider it to be a full heal and cleanse to both manikins whenever we reach a HP thresholds. Trine Plus will not trigger if we are able to kill the manikins before reaching the HP thresholds. Kefka will just resurrect them instead and they'll do no attacks. Also at the start of the fight and later on at the end at 9% HP, Kefka will cast Light of Judgment. This is a gravity HP attack that will not kill your party. And since the HP requirement for this fight is really high at 65k, we can actually get away without bringing any form of healing. I'd say the biggest threat of this fight is the Trine Plus attack from the mannequins. This attack will apply blind and HP silence debuffs to the target. While the attack itself has guaranteed hit, the debuffs can actually be nulled by bringing debuff evasion. In my team, I rely on Gladio's Blink, his LD, to ignore the attacks completely. Jumping back to Iroha and Laguna a little bit, there were some discussions on whether this interaction is a feature or a bug, because Desperado is supposed to simply deal damage according to 500% of Laguna's attack stats. I have my own theories, so nerd alert, a lot of numbers are coming up. This is just a very rough calculation and is probably not completely accurate, but it does give me a rough idea on how it works. So my Laguna's attack stats is 4908. I have about plus 161% attack aura from Gladio, Spheres and my calls, and a total of plus 164% HP damage up effects from Ultima Weapon, BT, debuffs, calls and so on. So the math adds up to about 169k worth of Desperado damage. So we have about 200k of damage difference unaccounted for. But take a look at the amount of Brave Laguna is holding. That's the 200k right there. So maybe Desperado calculates both Laguna's attack and also currently held Bravery to calculate for its damage. And that's why the Brave Retain interaction with Iroha works. I really do hope that it's not actually a bug, because this interaction is very fun to play around with. If you have your own theories, do let me know in the comments. Also, who did you use to clear the fight? And that's it for my run, guys. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!